Are there any performers or special types of music you enjoy listening to?
Yes. I like all types because actually if I'm available, as you say, if I'm off work and I'm somewhere like Vegas, or I might be in Lake Tahoe, well, I'll go catch just about anybody, but I love Sammy Davis. I just love to watch him. And when Sinatra was around, I'd always get me a front row seat. I don't care where I was. If I was working, I'd have one night off, I'd go, there. In fact, he done me a great favor once. I was playing Las Vegas, and I was at the Riviera in the lounge, and he was at the Sands. And we went down to see him one night on off night. And after he finished the show, I never forget, he had two big bands. I can't remember, he had Count Basie on one side of the stage, and he had, what's his other recording band that he did?
Well, he's had Nelson Riddle.
Nelson Riddle on one side and Count Basie on the other. And there he was in the middle. And he'd do a number with Count, and he'd go over and do a number with Nelson. And after the show was over, he walked off from the applause, and he came back out, and he said, "Wait a minute, sit down." He said, "What's the matter?" I said, "What's wrong with you?" So I guess I'm going to tell you. It's a young man sitting in the front. His name is Jackie Wilson. You go see him. I'm coming down. You'll dig him. And it was just great. Just like that, no more said, no more done. And walked off. And well, you couldn't get into place. They actually came down, everybody.
In your career, you were singing rock and roll songs, and you were traveling around the country on a lot of these tours and shows. But then in the 60s, you decided to make somewhat of a break and start appearing in major nightclubs like in New York, Las Vegas, Miami Beach.
Right.
Was this transition from rock and roll package shows to nightclubs very difficult?
No, because I did the same act. I never changed. The only difference, I'd wear the tuxedos in the major clubs, and on the rock and roll shows, I just wear the regular suits.
How was it appearing at the Copa for the very first time, having a chance to go out on that floor where all the big stars were?
I thought I was Sinatra Jr. No, I felt great, honestly.
How did you ever get the name, the title that's been attached to you, Mr. Excitement?
Probably because I do perspire an awful lot. And I start the show the way most people finish, they tell me.
One of the biggest songs, if not the biggest song, and the one that most people associate with Jackie Wilson, was recorded in 1958 and wound up as being your biggest hit. I heard a story about the song, about the tempo which it was originally supposed to be recorded about. I'm speaking of the song Lonely Teardrops. You want to give us the story behind that one?
Right. Well, it's an old story, but it's a good one. The truth of the matter, it was supposed to have been a ballad, a blues ballad. And it was written also by Gordy Jr. And Nat and I flew in from New York, and we heard the song, we liked it, and we took it back. And then we did record it as a blues ballad, but we didn't like it. So then we decided to play with the guitar a little bit, and we had a great arranger at the time, Dick Jacobs. And we had him finagle with it a little bit, and we played, and we got a good tempo going, and it was like a calypso at the time, which was very popular. And we took it and we liked it, and we brought it back, and we gave it to the disc jockey. We ran, and it was hot off the press. Told him to play it. So they put the record on, and Barry was there, he was waiting patiently, and everybody was just waiting, and they put it on, and Barry said, "Oh my God, you've ruined my record, my song. What have you done?" Tears came out his eyes.